Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Maj and Nick here, and for today I have a tier list video for you guys. So on the bottom I have all the game passes in Fishing Simulator, and I know you guys can't see all of them, my head is blocking some of them, but I played around with my camera and tried different spots on the screen, and honestly none of them are pretty good. No matter where I put it, it's going to block something important, so I'm just going to leave it here in its original spot. But starting off with the first game pass, 2x coins. So where do I want to put 2x coins? Honestly, I think I want to put it in helps out strongly. Now, this game pass becomes almost useless when you're pretty far into the game. For someone like myself who's over level 2,400, I have almost no need for gold. I'm approaching 1.3 billion and I have nothing to spend it on. Baits are not expensive at all for me. I purchased every boat and maxed them all out with gold. I have every rod, and now I'm just kind of waiting for the game developers to drop something new that I could spend my gold on, because there really is nothing. But earlier on in the game, this is going to really help you out, because you're going to need to buy everything. You're going to need to buy spears, backpacks, rods, boats, literally everything. And being able to farm up a lot of gold efficiently is going to be so useful, and this game pass is going to enable you to do that much easier. So for that reason, I'm putting in helps out strongly. The second game pass, meme horns. You know, this one, it's going to go into the useless category. It is just a cosmetic, so it doesn't really matter. This is just if you want to have the game pass, sure, it's kind of cool to have, but nobody even notices horns anyways in this game. I can't even remember the last time I heard somebody honk their horn because they're just so irrelevant. But it is a cool little fun thing to have if you want to spend the money on it. The firework launcher. So this game pass isn't available right now. It's only available during like Christmas time, New Year's, or 4th of July, stuff like that. And I had gotten this, yeah, I think it was Christmas of 2022, around that time. And for 5,000 Robux, I mean, this is completely useless. All it does is just shoot fireworks at a fast rate, and that's it. That's literally all it does. It's cool. I like it. It's like a cool little flex to say, hey, I got this thing that costs a lot of Robux, and it looks pretty nice, but that's all it's good for. It's not useful in the slightest bit. Triple chest open. So this game pass, it's okay. That's all it is. It's okay. Opening chests in this game is not even that big of a hassle. You just sit there and spam click the buttons and you just open them up without even thinking. But having the triple chest open, yeah, it makes it go faster, but do you really need this? No, I wouldn't recommend getting this. It does speed it up faster, but who really cares? You're gonna get the rods that you need regardless. So I'm gonna put this into not worth it. I could see why people would argue kinda helps out, but I just don't think it's deserving of that spot. The goggles game pass. This is definitely going to go into helps out strongly. This game pass is really solid. If you had watched my previous video on how to earn gems quickly, you're going to know that I talked about this game pass because it does help with getting gems faster. Sunken ships in the game are pretty important when it comes to farming up gems, and basically what this does is allow you to see the sunken ships way easier. Like, it's almost impossible to miss them. I can't put it any higher than this tier just because it's such a small part of the game that it affects that it really doesn't help out immensely, but it just helps out a lot for that one specific thing it's meant for. 2x EXP. This is going straight into helps out immensely. So levels in this game is kind of like a tricky thing. They don't really do anything besides giving you access to some islands, but that only matters when you're brand new to the game. And once you've unlocked Timeless Tides and you have all the islands unlocked, your levels don't really matter. But I will say, being a high level is a flex. It's really fun being a high level in this game because anytime someone sees you, they're like, whoa, level 2,000, level 3,000, or whatever your level is. And the reason why I'm putting 2x EXP higher than 2x gold is because it will carry over throughout the entire game. So 2x gold, like I had just mentioned prior, it doesn't help you after a certain point, but 2x EXP will always help you. You will always be able to level up twice as fast no matter what point you're at in the game. And due to it scaling so well, that's my reasoning for putting it so high up. Lucky chances. This is going into helps out immensely. This game pass is amazing. Similar to why I ranked 2x EXP so high, lucky chances will always be present no matter what level you're at or what point you're at in the game. This will allow you to catch a high rarity of fish and progress faster in the game for indexes and other reasons. It's just so good. It makes getting those rare fish a lot easier and makes the overall experience of the game just a lot more enjoyable. So it definitely deserves to go in this tier, and actually I'm going to move it above 2 2 times EXP because it is better in my opinion. 2 times sprint. This game pass, it's good, but it's definitely not necessary. Where this game pass really shines is when you're trying to get those lost treasure chests and you're like racing people to get them. It's useful in that sense and just overall traveling around the game faster and being more efficient, but it's definitely not necessary. I would say it deserves to be in kinda helps out. It's good, but if you don't get it, it's perfectly fine. You're gonna have a great time with the game. And it's also super cheap, so keep that in mind. It's 97 Robux. That's stupid cheap. Double catch game pass. This is going into helps out immensely. I cannot tell you how many times this game pass has come in clutch for me. Whether it be catching a really rare fish, like a mythic fish with a mythic glow, that's also a huge, and making a ton of money from catching 2 of those. Or when you're trying to go for, say, some quests, like there's the one weekly quest that everyone hates that you have to catch 15 huge yellow snook, which terrible quest. I hate that quest. Double catch makes it a lot easier and go a lot faster. It really just helps almost every quest in the game. It helps you catch fish a lot faster and level up faster. It really, like, it's an amazing game pass. It's not even that expensive. It's 249 Robux, which is very good for what it does for you. It gives a 30% chance. So if you stack that with the UFO boat, which gives you 15% chance, then you're looking at a 45% chance to catch double fish, which is really so good. And I'm going to be ranking this in the middle of helps out immensely, right in between lucky chances and 2 times EXP. Fast swim. So similar to how 2 times sprint is, fast swim just enables you to swim in the water faster. It costs the same amount, being 97 Robux, and it kind of helps out. It can help you get to sunken ships faster when you're trying to beat other players to it, or if you're trying to evade Moby in the water or other sea creatures, it could be useful for that too, but that's really about it. There's really not much to this game pass, but it's decent if you want to buy it. Sell anywhere. Oh man. Oh man, right into helps out immensely. This game pass, like I said with the other ones that are up here, is amazing. Being able to sell anywhere is just so underrated. I've talked to other players in the past and they have disagreed with me on this. I have seen people say that they think this game pass is bad, but I disagree so much. It's not just enabling you to sell anywhere. What do I mean by this? So when you're out hunting, say orcas, and you're trying to farm up a whale key to fight Moby, I use the sell anywhere game pass as like an item sorter. So when I go my inventory and I go to click to sell everything, I can scroll through exactly what items I have and how much of each I have. Instead of looking through my big inventory trying to find a whale key or maybe an orca egg or whatever I'm trying to save and not sell, I can go through the sell anywhere game pass and see if I actually have that item. So it saves a lot of time with organizing, and it also saves a lot of time for having to go back to, say, Port Jackson or whatever island you're closest to and selling all your items and coming back out of that island to farm again. So it really is a time saver, and it'll make farming way more efficient no matter if that's hunting or fishing. And I think this deserves to go towards the front of helps out immensely. I would put it right behind lucky chances. Next up is neon colors. So this is just a cosmetic. This doesn't really have any function within the game, so I'm going to put this straight into useless / cosmetic. But when it comes to ghost colors, on the other hand, this actually does have a function. So if you've noticed, when you're hunting in the game and you're using your creature locator, you have the little arrow that points to wherever the creatures are. And if you have the ghost colors game pass and you set your boat to all ghost colors, you can see the arrow even if it's going through your boat. So instead of the arrow being blocked by your boat when you're trying to look for sea creatures that's beneath you, you're going to be able to see exactly what direction they're in. And this will help to prevent getting sneak attacked by some sea creatures, because that does happen to players quite often. So for that, I'm going to put it into kinda helps out. I don't think it's as good as 2 times sprint or fast swim, so it's going to go at the end of this tier. The radio game pass, going straight into useless. It is just a cosmetic thing. You can play some music and jam out with your friends if you want to, but not necessary. The tackle box game pass. So I have mixed opinions about it. It's 249 Robux, which isn't that bad. And basically what this game pass enables you to do is, if you have a lot of the same bait in your inventory, like let's say you bought 20 high quality baits, instead of having to re-equip the high quality bait every time you use up one of them, it just keeps going as if it's just one big bait in your inventory. And it's like a quality of life game pass, but you definitely don't need it. It kind of helps out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it in kinda helps out. I wouldn't say that it's not worth it because I think it is. I bought it, but then again, I bought all these game passes. It's just like a mid game pass. It's definitely at the end of kinda helps out. Bigger vault. This game pass is overrated. Like, this game pass has a lot of likes on it for some reason, but I think it's not worth it. I think it's pretty bad, actually. Coming in at 999 Robux. All bigger vault does is just enable you to hold more stuff into your vault, which that's really not even important anyways. Yeah, you can argue that if you have like a lot of stuff saved up, like let's say Moby Teeth or Rainbow Parrotfish for quests, or just cool fish that you want to keep but you don't want it taking up space in your inventory, yeah, you can put those in there, but that's all it's good for. And you mean to tell me this is supposed to be worth almost 1,000 Robux? Nuh-uh. No, this is honestly, I think, a waste of money. If it was like 500 Robux, then yeah, it's not too bad, because 500's not too bad. But double that? Definitely not. The Anchor Game Pass. So this Game Pass is very mid, in my opinion. The whole point of this Game Pass is just to make it so that your boat doesn't get pushed around by waves or other players. But in my experience, it doesn't really help out all that much, especially when I'm on my Mary Ann, because people love to bully that boat. It still gets pushed around even when I have the anchor down. It kind of helps out, but not really. I think they need to buff it or fix it, whatever they need to do, because it just doesn't really work that well. But I like the concept. I think it just needs to be improved. And the last Game Pass, Title Colors. This is obviously going to be in the useless category / cosmetic, because it is just a cosmetic and it does not affect anything gameplay wise. It just makes it so that you can choose whatever color for your title that you want or your name. It's a cool Game Pass. I like it. I use it. I like to change around the colors to see what looks the best, but at the end of the day, it is just a cosmetic. So buy it if you want, I guess. And I'm just going to turn off my camera for a little bit just so you guys can see the full tier list by itself. This is what I have created and what I think is an appropriate rating for all the game passes. The shape of this kind of makes an E. I didn't even intend for that, but most of the game passes, they're either cosmetic or they kind of help out, but the ones up here and helps out immensely, these are the ones that you really want to go for if you're looking to play this game for a long time. If you want to just enjoy the game for a little while, maybe you're not sure if you want to get too into it, then I would recommend maybe prioritizing the 2x gold, because that will help you out early game. Other than these two top rows, everything else is just very optional. You don't need anything, and really you don't need any of these game passes. Don't feel pressured into buying any of these. But if you want to get really good at the game and maximize your chances of being successful, then I would say invest into these top 2 tiers and consider buying the lower tiers. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you agree with me? What are your opinions? I want to know. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.